Make your own path. Don't live in the shadow of others. In the teachings of Buddha, the importance of individuality and personal journey is profound. Every being possesses a unique mind, heart, and destiny, and attempting to replicate the life or achievements of others only leads to confusion, dissatisfaction, and inner turmoil. When one constantly measures oneself against someone else, whether in success, wealth, knowledge, or spiritual growth, it creates a veil over the natural light of one's own potential. Buddha reminds us that comparing ourselves to others is a distraction from the path of awareness, mindfulness, and true liberation. Each person's journey is shaped by their karma, their actions, their intentions, and their understanding of reality. Walking someone else's path may bring temporary approval or recognition, but it will never bring genuine fulfillment because it is not aligned with your true self. To make your own path is to cultivate self-awareness, to understand your strengths and weaknesses, and to recognize the impermanence of external validation. It is to walk a path illuminated by your inner wisdom rather than the shadows cast by societal expectations or the achievements of others. Life is not a race to emulate someone else's milestones, but a sacred opportunity to explore, learn, and grow at your own pace. Buddha teaches that by following your own path, you discover authenticity, courage, and peace. This requires patience and self-compassion, for it is natural to feel fear or doubt when stepping away from familiar influences or norms. Yet, every step taken on your own path strengthens resilience, sharpens clarity, and deepens understanding. The practice of mindfulness, observing your thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment, becomes a guiding tool to ensure that your steps are rooted in your values rather than in the shadows of comparison. True freedom arises when one ceases to chase the reflections of others and embraces the light of their own journey. In this way, the path you create becomes a manifestation of your inner truth, a reflection of your unique capabilities, and a source of inspiration for others without being an imitation. Ultimately, Buddha's guidance encourages us to honor our individuality, to walk with integrity, and to nurture a life that is genuinely ours. In doing so, we not only find fulfillment, but also contribute to the world in ways that only we can, demonstrating that the courage to make one's own path is the truest form of wisdom and the most liberating practice of all. Continuing on this journey of self-realization, Buddha teaches that the first step to creating your own path is awareness, becoming conscious of when and how you let others' lives dictate your thoughts and decisions. Often, people unknowingly walk in the shadows of others because of fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of being different. But fear is a natural companion on the path to growth, not a barrier meant to keep you stagnant. By observing your mind without judgment, as Buddha emphasized, you begin to notice the subtle ways in which comparison, envy, or imitation infiltrate your daily life. When you see these patterns clearly, you gain the power to choose differently. Making your own path requires courage, not the absence of fear, but the determination to move forward despite it. It requires honesty with yourself, acknowledging your desires, talents, and limitations, and allowing them to guide your actions rather than the approval or achievements of someone else. Buddha's wisdom reminds us that life is impermanent. People, circumstances, and even achievements come and go. When you cling to someone else's path or measure your worth by another's success, you bind yourself to impermanence, and your inner peace is constantly disrupted. Walking your own path, however, aligns you with your own rhythm and purpose, allowing you to act from authenticity rather than obligation or comparison. This journey also involves patience and persistence, because the path you carve will not always be easy or understood by others. In fact, those who walk their own paths often face criticism or misunderstanding. But Buddha teaches that true contentment is not found in external validation. It arises from inner harmony, self-respect, and alignment with the truth of your own nature. Moreover, creating your own path cultivates compassion, not only for yourself, but for others as well. When you embrace your individuality, you stop unconsciously judging others for being different, and instead, you recognize that each person has their own journey, their own challenges, and their own lessons to learn. In this way, your independence becomes a source of inspiration rather than competition. By stepping out of the shadows, you illuminate possibilities not only for yourself, but for those around you, showing that it is possible to live fully, authentically, and courageously. Ultimately, the path you create is a mirror of your inner wisdom and a testament to the transformative power of self-trust. Buddha's guidance is timeless. Do not lose yourself in imitation, for your life's true purpose cannot be borrowed or copied. It can only be discovered by walking your own path with mindfulness, integrity, and unwavering faith in the unique potential that resides within you. To live in the shadow of others is to live a half-life. To walk your own path is to experience liberation, joy, and the profound peace that comes from being unapologetically yourself.
As you continue to embrace the journey of creating your own path, Buddha's teachings remind us that self-discovery is not a destination, but a continuous process. Each day presents an opportunity to examine your intentions, your thoughts, and your actions, and to ask whether they are truly your own or influenced by the expectations of others. Living in the shadow of others often means surrendering your power to external voices, family, society, peers, or even media portrayals of success and happiness. Yet, Buddha emphasizes that true freedom arises when you take full responsibility for your life. To make your own path is to honor your inner voice, even when it seems uncertain or when the world pressures you to conform. It is natural to feel doubt or hesitation, because forging a new path often requires leaving behind comfort zones and familiar patterns. But every small step taken in alignment with your authentic self strengthens courage, resilience, and clarity. This is why mindfulness is crucial. By observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you can distinguish between the pull of external influence and the call of your own heart. Buddha teaches that suffering often arises when we chase lives that are not ours, or when we seek validation from others instead of cultivating inner contentment. By walking your own path, you learn to release attachment to comparison, envy, and imitation, which are sources of constant dissatisfaction. In their place, you cultivate self-compassion, understanding that your journey is unique and cannot be measured by the milestones of anyone else. Additionally, making your own path does not mean ignoring the wisdom or guidance of others. It means learning from them without letting their lives overshadow your own. It means integrating lessons from the world while remaining true to your principles, values, and aspirations. Buddha encourages a balance between learning from others and cultivating individuality, reminding us that imitation is not enlightenment, but awareness and authenticity are. Walking your own path also deepens empathy and understanding, because when you honor your own struggles and triumphs, you recognize that every person's journey is equally complex and worthy of respect. In doing so, you contribute to a world where authenticity is valued over imitation, and where courage and self-trust inspire others. Ultimately, the path you create becomes an expression of your deepest truths, a reflection of your highest potential, and a source of lasting fulfillment. It is a path guided by awareness, intention, and the wisdom that life's greatest reward lies not in comparison or approval, but in the freedom to live fully as yourself. By stepping out of the shadows and walking your own path, you not only discover your unique purpose, but also experience the profound peace and joy that come from being unshakably true to who you are. Embodying Buddha's timeless message, liberation is found in authenticity, and the courage to follow your own path is the essence of a meaningful life. As you walk further on your own path, Buddha's wisdom reminds us that true growth is inseparable from self-reflection. The journey of individuality is not always straightforward. It is often filled with uncertainty, challenges, and moments of loneliness. Yet these very challenges are what shape character, resilience, and inner strength. Living in the shadow of others may feel safe, but it limits your potential and obscures the clarity of your own vision. Buddha teaches that every being is responsible for their own liberation, and no one else can walk your path for you. To make your own path is to embrace responsibility, not as a burden, but as a liberation, for it allows you to design your life according to your values, dreams, and insights. Along this path, mistakes and failures are inevitable, but they are also invaluable teachers. They are the compass that points you toward authenticity, helping you discern what aligns with your true self and what does not. The key is to meet each obstacle with awareness and equanimity, understanding that every experience, whether joyous or painful, is part of the unfolding of your unique journey. Furthermore, Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of patience. Walking your own path cannot be rushed or measured against the pace of others. Each step you take must be mindful, intentional, and grounded in your own understanding, rather than driven by comparison or the desire for external validation. This patience allows for deep growth, self-compassion, and the cultivation of wisdom. In addition, the journey of individuality nurtures freedom of thought and action. When you stop living in the shadow of others, you reclaim your capacity to make choices that are truly yours. You learn to trust your instincts, honor your intuition, and act with courage, even when the path is unconventional or misunderstood by those around you. Walking your own path also transforms your relationship with others. By embracing your authenticity, you inspire others to seek their own truth without envy or competition. Buddha reminds us that the liberation of one being creates ripples that benefit the world. Your courage to follow your path, even quietly and humbly, contributes to a collective consciousness where individuality, integrity, and self-awareness are respected. Ultimately, making your own path is a practice in mindfulness, courage, and self-trust. It is a commitment to live authentically, to learn continuously, and to honor the sacredness of your own journey. Buddha's timeless guidance is clear. The shadows of others are never a place of fulfillment, but the light of your own path is where liberation, peace, and joy reside. By walking this path with awareness, resilience, and compassion, you embody the essence of a life fully lived, one that is uniquely yours, untouched by imitation, and illuminated by the profound wisdom of self-discovery.
Continuing along this journey, Buddha teaches that embracing your own path requires both discernment and courage, for the world is full of distractions, expectations, and voices that urge conformity. Many people unknowingly surrender their lives to the judgments of others, believing that following the crowd ensures safety, approval, or success. But Buddha reminds us that true fulfillment does not arise from imitation. It is born when we align our actions with our deepest understanding of truth, compassion, and purpose. Making your own path involves a profound inner awakening, a willingness to observe your thoughts, recognize the influence of external pressures, and consciously choose the direction of your life. It requires an honest evaluation of your goals, values, and passions, and the determination to nurture them despite resistance or fear. Fear, Buddha explains, is not an obstacle to be avoided, but a signal that growth is taking place. Each moment of doubt or discomfort is an invitation to step more fully into your authenticity. Moreover, walking your own path cultivates independence, not as isolation, but as liberation from the unseen chains of comparison, expectation, and societal pressure. When you embrace this independence, you develop a clarity of vision that allows you to navigate life with intention rather than reaction. Buddha's wisdom also highlights that walking your own path is a form of mindfulness. It demands presence in every decision, awareness in every action, and an unwavering connection to your own inner compass. You begin to recognize the patterns and habits that no longer serve you, releasing attachments that bind you to the shadows of others, and embracing practices that cultivate resilience, creativity, and joy. This journey also deepens your compassion, for as you honor your own path, you gain respect for the journeys of others, understanding that everyone is walking their own unique way, with struggles and victories that are unseen. By stepping away from imitation, you create a life that is both authentic and inspiring, demonstrating that courage, integrity, and self-trust are the true measures of success. Ultimately, Buddha teaches that the purpose of walking your own path is not merely personal gain, but the realization of freedom. The freedom to live fully, to act wisely, and to contribute meaningfully to the world. Every step you take away from the shadows of others strengthens your sense of self and deepens your understanding of impermanence, interconnection, and the preciousness of life itself. The path may be uncertain and obstacles will arise, but in choosing authenticity over imitation, you access the peace, clarity, and fulfillment that come only from living in alignment with your own truth. Your journey becomes a living testament to Buddha's timeless guidance that liberation, joy, and wisdom are found not in walking the paths of others, but in courageously creating and walking your own, with awareness, intention, and unwavering faith in the unique life that is yours alone. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, Buddha's timeless wisdom reminds us that the ultimate fulfillment in life comes from embracing the path that is uniquely ours. Walking in the shadows of others may offer temporary comfort or approval, but it will never bring true peace, clarity, or liberation. To make your own path is to awaken to the freedom that lies within, the freedom to think, act, and grow in alignment with your inner truth. Every choice you make, every step you take, becomes a reflection of your authenticity and a conscious act of self-respect. It is a practice of courage, for it requires you to trust yourself even when the way is unclear, to honor your intuition even when the world urges conformity, and to persist even in the face of doubt or criticism. Buddha teaches that this path is not about perfection or the absence of challenges, but about awareness, intention, and resilience. Obstacles are inevitable, yet they are not signs of failure. They are the soil in which your strength, wisdom, and character are cultivated. By walking your own path, you learn to release attachment to comparison, to external validation, and to the fleeting judgments of others. And instead, you anchor your happiness, growth, and purpose within yourself. This is the essence of liberation, the realization that your life's value is not measured by the achievements or approval of others, but by the alignment of your actions with your deepest understanding and values. Furthermore, by courageously embracing your unique journey, you inspire others to do the same. Your authenticity becomes a quiet beacon, a reminder that life is not a template to follow, but a canvas to create. Buddha's teachings emphasize that liberation is contagious, not in imitation, but in the courage to live truthfully and fully. When you honor your path, you cultivate compassion, wisdom, and empathy, recognizing that every being walks their own journey, facing unseen struggles and seeking fulfillment in their own way. The culmination of this practice is profound inner peace, a peace that cannot be shaken by comparison, societal expectations, or the fleeting shadows of others. Your path, when walked with mindfulness, courage, and integrity, becomes a source of joy, purpose, and spiritual awakening. So step forward boldly, aware that every step is a declaration of your individuality, every choice a testament to your inner strength, and every challenge an opportunity for growth. Remember Buddha's timeless guidance. The shadows of others cannot illuminate your life, but your own path, chosen consciously and walked faithfully, will always lead you to freedom, clarity, and the deepest joy. Embrace your path, honor your journey, and walk it fully. This is the truest form of liberation, the most profound act of self-love, and the most enduring source of peace. Life is not meant to be lived in someone else's reflection. It is meant to be lived in the full light of your own truth.